where it lacks.
That's right.
Hi, peoples. Stephen pressing the live button before Heidi's ready. Hi.
That's right.
So we are back. It has been only a day this time because Heidi was in charge of it. And I miss my Facebook people. I love talking with you guys. So we are back with some more information. We're going to be talking about the future of the staffing industry, what that means for your company, what it means for staffing agencies.
Disclaimer.
And disclaimer.
These views don't reflect. Hold on, I gotta take this. Keep talking. Go.
These are the views of Heidi Bencomo, not of the company that I work for. But this is the views of Heidi Bencomo and Mr. Stephen Farrell and some person that we found on the internet. But it's going to be great. So normally we would do a little introduction video, Mr. Stephen Farrell, but he's on the phone. So we'll just jump right into it. So with the staffing industry, we've seen that there's been a huge change, especially with the pandemic that happened. Before with staffing, it was more of, you bring somebody in for an in-person interview. You go through all of those steps, all of those processes. We actually had the opportunity to talk about one of the changes that was like for an HR manager. He came in and didn't even see the facility until he was hired on. We had that opportunity on Facebook Lives to talk about that. So
that was really cool.
I mean, just staffing in general has changed. It's not even in the staffing industry that has changed. It's changed entirely because of the pandemic. And a lot of people talk about getting back to norm, which I hate that phrase. But they talk about getting back to this normal of bringing people back in for in-person interviews and everything like that. But I'm predicting, Miss Heidi Bencomo over here, I am predicting that we are going to stay mostly virtual with the staffing industry. What are your thoughts?
I think, well, before I give you my thoughts, public service announcement. If you're an Elwood employee in Ogden and you work out at one of our wonderful premier clients, Fresenius Medical Care, they are doing the Pfizer vaccines right now, no charge to you. You can actually get paid on the clock for doing it. So these are Elwood employees that work out at Fresenius Medical Care. They're doing that till 5 p.m. right in the front of Fresenius, the big open parking lot with the big security gates. And if you've been thinking about it, you're not sure. That's a decision to make for yourself, but it's definitely something you can go do today. I certainly recommend it for myself. I've got both shots and I feel great. And, now, according to the CDC, I don't have to wear this while I'm jogging out in the mountains with other vaccinated people. I love that. It's like, I'm not going to get political there, but it's great to not have to wear the mask around other vaccinated people. That's a cool thing. So if we all get it, no more masks. We all just hang out. Right, Heidi?
Absolutely, Stephen.
But yeah, to go to your question about the future of the staffing industry, I think you're going to get the best of both worlds for the next maybe couple years, where you got a lot of time remote recruiting and hiring, and then sometime in person. But yeah, I think eventually it's going to be all digital. I think the need for large office spaces. I mean, you've seen these big tech companies just shut down their office space overnight. They're not taking up 20 stories of a building anymore. Everybody's working from home. There is a little bit of we're social animals, so there is a need for that. If we're going to go way far out in the future, I think virtual reality, AR, we're all going to be hanging out recruiting in a virtual reality room, and we're going to be at our homes with these big goggles, or maybe we just it's all like AR.
I can see you doing that, Stephen.
And I do that.
Board meeting, completely virtual reality.
I have a virtual desktop, so I plug my computer into my virtual desktop. I put on my goggles, and then I can open up 20 Excel sheets in front of me in my living room. It's the coolest thing ever. That's why I'm so productive.
This is not what people normally use virtual reality goggles for.
Well, I do play, on or Upward. I think the game is first-person shooter. Anyway, so Yeah, I think virtual is definitely the future. I think remote recruiting is the future. And but right now, I think we're going to get the best of both worlds for the next couple of years. That would be my prediction. That's Steven's prediction. You're going to have a mix of remote and in person. That's what we're doing right now, and I think
Absolutely.
it works. I think it works really well. Another public announcement: we have jobs, Heidi.
Do we?
687 of them.
I'm pretty sure you're not accurate on that number.
That was my last count, 687. And they keep coming. Companies are growing and expanding. And you hear about Amazon coming into Ogden and Thermo Fisher. You see the hiring events going on there in Logan for Thermo Fisher. Lots of excitement going on, lots of movement. We're seeing the fast food industry really take a hard hit. I was talking to a general manager of McDonald's, and I just like, what do you guys pay? And she shares the wage with me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's got to be so hard. Like, I feel so bad for you. I feel your pain. I don't know what, and I can't help you. And it's you have to. I think, like we talked about yesterday, Heidi, the fast food high schoolers. This is your time to get into fast food. The jobs are there. There's a need. You can make a decent wage. I mean, $10 an hour. 8-hour shift, that's $80 in a day. That's not bad for being in high school, right?
Absolutely. My high schooler right now is only making $8.75. So
they got the wrong memo.
I know.
Just kidding. No, that seems to be about right. $8 to $10 an hour. But yeah, so there's lots of jobs out there, lots of opportunities. Call us. Let us do a proper intake of your experience, what you're looking for, what you need, and let's align that with the great job opportunity. We hire for the best companies in Northern Utah. We're the front door in most cases, and we can help you land your next career move that is going to benefit your unique situation. And with 687 openings, you bet we can find you a really good match to your schedule, your income needs, and your long-term career goals.
One of the unique things that is going on with the future of staffing, according to Heidi Bencomo, is that a lot of companies are transitioning to working with staffing agencies, especially after the pandemic. They do have, that fluctuating demand that's happening. And so they are moving towards staffing industries. And you used to see in the past, it was very common for those going through a temp agency or staffing agency would get paid much less than what any other person starts out over at the company. But a lot of companies are doing away with that. That's almost unheard of now. Most everyone starts at the same playing field, and then you work your way up from there just based off your experience, based off of how much training you get. Things like that. You get to work up the ladder just like everybody else does, and you all start at the same bottom wage. I've heard that time and time and time again. Wouldn't it just be better for me to go through the company because I'll get a better wage? And you're just not seeing that anymore. A lot of companies are starting their staffing or their temp agency employees at the same wage they are there.
Yeah, and the need for speed is there. That's why they're using agencies, as you can get hired on same day versus a 30-day process before you step foot on property. So and then you have now the wages the same for most companies, and it's just a win-win.
And with the increased demand, HR managers don't have the time to do the recruiting anymore, so they bring us in to do it for them.
Yep. So job seekers, if you're tuning in, we have a job for everybody, and we have positions from $11 an hour, and we have positions at $12. We have positions at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and on.
I have positions at 25 an hour right now.
25?
I do. I've got 4 positions at 25 an hour right now.
Sign me up.
Right? I'm like, that's way more than what I'm making. But they are skilled positions. So there are, some qualifications in there. However, if you've got the skill, if you know that you've got the skill, if you know you're worth 25 an hour, I've got those jobs for you. Yeah.
And if you're an employer, HR manager, hiring manager, and you need help, we have an inventory of people, about 40 right now, that they will take days, swings, or graves. These are experienced forklift operators, experienced production associates, production supervisors, and most are looking for at the very minimum $18 an hour. The more experienced ones are looking for $22 an hour. But if you need the help in the light industrial space, just one-off hires. We're not asking you to change the pay rates for the whole plant. Just hire based on experience. We've got about 40 right now in our group. These people are working elsewhere right now, and they're looking for their next career move. So if you want to help them come to your great company, send me an email. Stephen.farrell@elwoodstaffing.com. Subject help. Last time I did this, Heidi, I had 3 companies reach out like within minutes of us ending the Facebook Live. And it was really cool to see that. So next announcement, Heidi, you ready?
I'm ready.
Job fair, Saturday. This is one we're doing for Fresenius Medical Care. We're highlighting them on Saturday in Ogden off of our 12th Street and Washington branch. Come on in. We'll have lots of games and prizes and food and soda for those of you that
and Carly will be there.
Huh?
Carly will be there.
Yes, Carly and a couple other recruiters. I'll be there. We'll do a Facebook Live. We'll have lots of fun. But Saturday from 11 to 2, if you're interested in exploring a career move with Fresenius Medical Care, come by the branch. We're also looking at doing a big hiring event in front of Fresenius. Can't give you too much details yet, but that's going to come quick, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so.
Okay, Heidi,
we're funniest, so
we're 12 minutes in. Hit us with one more of your favorite topics.
A favorite topic or the future of staffing?
We already talked about future of staffing.
There's so many things that are in the future of staffing, like people don't even realize. This is fine. We'll change topics, Stephen. We'll change topics. Just because,
Be your authentic self on the job. That was a good topic.
That was a really good one. You have a lot of people that actually go to work and they put on a face, or they're just go to work and be a zombie. It's like being your authentic self. That's who I am. This is me. Everybody, you get to see me on almost a daily basis, depending on if Stephen is, slacking off.
Do it or not.
Yeah, but be your authentic self. You'll actually find that your company will be more productive, that people will be able to work with you better if you're your authentic self.
I agree. I think authenticity is crucial. It's important. It's an attribute that you really need to display. Now, if you're authentically a jerk, then don't take this advice. If you're authentically a Debbie Downer, don't be yourself. Aspire to be better.
I don't know about that, Stephen. Those who are able to be brutally honest, or maybe something's got them down, being able to actually be your authentic self and talk about those kinds of things. We can't fix a problem if we don't know about it.
You're right. I think it comes down to your method of delivery, right?
Yes.
So, be authentic, but also be professional and respectful of other people's communication styles, how your bluntness can offend somebody. And so you've got to learn to set the stage. Like, Heidi, I'm going to share something with you that, I feel like I need to be completely transparent about. And my goal is to not have you take offense. I think it's very important that we talk about it. Feedback is a gift, and I have a present for you. So, let's just talk about it. Are you willing to listen? And then we can talk about it, ask questions. Like, can I share this with you without, you taking it the wrong way? Because I promise, Heidi, you're going to take it the wrong way without me setting the stage. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess in that, format, let's run with it.
It's kind of like that, be authentic, but know your audience.
Ah, there you go. Know your audience. Yes. But yeah, I think being authentic in a professional way will get you very far in your interview, in your career. If you're a yes man, yes woman, like you can get so far on that. But if you're if you say no and you're passionate about it, this is why you're saying no, you might get even further because you're helping that manager see a different solution or alternative way of going about it, and that everyone else was too afraid to question you on, right?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Paula does that all the time to me. She's always like, well, Steven, it's probably not the best way of going about it. Let me help you out.
She's very, very good at that. And she's very tactful in what she says.
Yeah. She'll compliment you like, Steven, that's such a good idea. But we tried that like a year ago and it was such a disaster, but I'm sure it would work well with you. But let me tell you why it didn't work. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't think about that, Paula. Let's not do that.
She's laughing in the background. You guys probably can't hear her, but she's having a ball over this. Really, it does help people if you are honest about your thoughts, your feelings towards a project. There you go. If you're told to do something by your boss that you absolutely disagree with, you can, if you're straight up with them, be like, I really honestly don't think that's going to work. Like I why you think it will work, and I can respect your point of view, but see where I'm coming from, and then maybe there's this perfect middle.
And a good leader will listen. They may not agree with your assessment, but they'll give you that space to voice your opinion, and they'll actually listen.
It's like what Steven and we just agreed to disagree over whether or not the question, what's your biggest weakness, is a good question. We just agree to disagree on this. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. We'll just agree to disagree on it.
Disagree to disagree on it.
Agree to disagree. Now you got me mixing my words.
All right. So I think this is a great show. Really, it was a quick one, but
it was an authentic one.
Job fair for Fresenius Saturday at the 12th Street branch. Definitely come and check it out. We're gonna have lots of fun.
11 to 2.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Heidi's gonna be there.
Sure.
That's a long drive.
The first thing I've heard about this.
You gotta get past all that cattle. All that cattle in the road,
I know you think that Ogden is really far away from Logan, hence the reason you never come and visit it. But it's not that far away. It's like what, Paula, an hour? Not even that. It's not even an hour, Steven. I drive farther than that to work every morning.
Yeah, I mean, if you like driving through farmlands for an hour, like whatever works.
It's not that far. I promise.
And follow our new TikTok channel. It's right above.
Future of Staffing.
Join our Facebook group right above.
Future of Staffing.
Join our YouTube channel.
Future of Staffing.
And we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Heidi.
Bye, guys.
Here, we'll give you the narration video.
Are you gonna let me do it again?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.